Welcome everyone into Sista Speak, the show where we celebrate through culture, community, and have iconic conversations. Today we're going to be talking about Black media moguls and how they have shaped the way through ownership and innovation. And who better to start with than Shonda Rhimes, the queen of Thursday nights. Let's get into it, ladies.
The queen of Thursday nights and the queen of Shondaland. She has created the system. That's what makes a media mogul, is being able to create your own thing. And she has done that. She surpassed all of these Netflix records with her $100 million deal, the first of its kind. She's just amazing, and I love everything she creates. She's always telling stories based off complex women, high drama, will have you on the edge of your seat. But if it's Shonda, I'm tuned in.
I'm tuned in.
Always.
Always.
And I know Thursday nights for me, Grey's Anatomy from the very beginning,
Love
from
Grey's
day
Anatomy.
one, I was there, sitting down, waiting for Grey's Anatomy.
It's like a date.
Yeah, but when you look at her net worth, it's $250 million that she is worth at this point. From all of this, all these shows, this empire that she's built, that is quite a feat because there's a lot of sacrifice that you have to do to build an empire like that. And I mean, that's just amazing. It's something we can all aspire to for sure.
Yeah, and as being a woman in the industry and seeing Shonda when I was growing up, I felt so motivated by seeing her and knowing all the no's that she had to face, but she just kept going. And to create the empire that she has is just amazing and such a great thing for us to see as women of color.
Yeah, and I love that she gives other women of color and people across the board really just opportunities. She doesn't, hoard everything to herself. She trains people and then she sets them on their way to run their own shows. And I love that about her. She's really big on passing the torch.
Yeah, and it's just great to see us on screen, to see women like us, stories focused on us. I think that is so important.
And the diversity that she just brings into every single show, that it's not necessarily, overt or anything like that. You feel seen without it being like, hey, I'm making you feel seen.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that.
So
And then
Shonda.
the mark she's made in the writer's room to say, hey, I'm here, you guys are going to listen to me, and how she shaped and changed things, right?
Yeah. She had us
Yeah.
all
Shonda.
rooting for a mistress. I mean,
Yes.
come on.
She did.
Say
I
the
forgot
quiet
about
part.
that.
We forget.
my gosh,
forgot about
she
Olivia
really
Pope.
did.
She really shows that everyone's human. We're all flawed, and that's what makes all her protagonists such great characters to watch.
Shout out to Carrie. Shout out to Carrie.
Favorite Shonda show?
Scandal. 100%. What?
I'm a Bridgerton girl myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to go Scandal. Actually, no. Wait, hot take. How to Get Away with Murder.
You know what?
I was sad for that. I know a lot of people weren't. It was some mixed reviews. I'm always fighting about that one, and I also watched it after.
Right.
So I really just binged it.
See, so much to choose from. It's great.
So much to choose from. Another Black media mogul I want to talk about is Issa Rae.
my girl.
From YouTube to HBO to all the things. Let's get into it.
What people don't talk about enough is that Issa not only has taken over TV, she's also got into music. She has
Issa's in music?
Yes, she has her own record label, and she's supporting independent artists, giving them a platform that's not through the big, record label machine. She's really another one about ownership and about elevating creators of color, whether in music or TV and film.
But I think for me, Issa is the blueprint for start it yourself,
Yes.
build it, and they will come. She is the blueprint for let me put my content out, let me do my show on YouTube, let me be the awkward Black girl and embrace what really my soul is, and people will come and rally around it. I mean, I don't think I have seen a show where I have felt as seen as Insecure made me feel.
Exactly.
I mean, every single moment of Insecure, I felt like I have lived this, and I think she did a good job of taking that lived experience because it's true. And so for me, she's the blueprint for that.
And just the journey from YouTube to doing all these big things, thinking about the day that she started and not knowing where this could really go, and inspiring and motivating girls of color, especially darker women of color, right? Because I know seeing that on screen really does something for me. I'm like, wow, our stories can be heard and they do matter.
Yeah. And then just building that media empire into something even bigger. So starting with the shows and then, opening restaurants and labels and wine.
And
Y'all
the
have Ray. Shout out
wine.
to Via Ray. It had to be Ray in my life.
Yeah.
So just all of that, again, just to me, she's a masterclass in start it yourself.
Absolutely. And another media mogul that we cannot forget is the Queen, Oprah Winfrey.
Of course.
Got to get into the Queen,
The
Oprah.
pioneer, the trailblazer.
Yeah.
There would be no Issa Rae or
There'd be
Shonda
nobody,
without Oprah, no us.
Yeah.
She's amazing. And if you didn't know, she is like an Oprah expert. She
I must say,
that's
I think I would
Maybe
faint if I met
Gail
Oprah.
Winfrey,
She's the one person.
born in Mississippi. I won't tell you the year because she's timeless. You know what I mean?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, I think for me, Oprah, just starting off as someone who was told no from the back.
From the back.
Not I'm trying to get in the doors and they're telling me no, just you're not even getting into a door. No.
Right.
You know, and someone to build up something like that, to me, it just is the beginning of the iconicness of Oprah. And starting off as a news anchor at 19, she was one of the first Black news anchors. I think she was the first Black news anchor at her station at 19 to become this news anchor. For them only to tell her,
we're good.
You're not good enough.
We're good.
You know, can you imagine telling Oprah
Winfrey.
that you're not good enough? No. Okay. So, and then moving on from that to become, you know, this talk show host and basically write the book on talk
laid the
shows.
blueprint.
She did that, you know.
Yeah.
So Oprah is forever my girl.
Oprah's one of those people, if I met Oprah, I think I might faint.
Oh.
Like, I know I'm extra, but I would.
She walked past me on a red carpet, and all I like, my friends laugh at me because I could have like yelled a question at her, but I'm not going to yell at Oprah, and I just yelled thank you.
Yes,
that's what I
you
yelled
do.
thank
You
you.
bow
because
and
she's
say
Oprah.
thank
I
you.
have to say, I actually got to ask her a question.
She's laughing.
It was, yeah, I got to ask her a question for an event for her network, one of the many things she owns, and she was a delight. She was so kind.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. As a Chicago native myself, it was great.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that moment.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, she's a billionaire. The first Black
yes.
woman
Right?
millionaire.
Yes,
And
living her life in
3.1 billion
Montecito.
to be exact.
Yes, I always think, I would love to be one of Oprah's dogs. I mean, they're living their best life, right?
Corgis.
Right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, another media mogul we have to get into is Tyler Perry, who has been killing the game from homeless to Hollywood. Tyler Perry.
I love Tyler's story. He is the perfect example of, you guys fight over your tables in Hollywood, I'm gonna build my own table in Atlanta. His studio alone is bigger than Paramount. It's bigger than all of these studios combined. It's 330 acres in Atlanta. And he's really flipped the script because his studio is built on a Confederate Army ground.
Yes, always give all the love to Tyler Perry.
Yeah, now look what he's run. He's employed so many Black actors and just people on set. Like, he's employed so many people in that city.
Yeah.
He has done it all, and that is all the time we have for Tyler and all the things, but shout out to Tyler. And now, guys, we're gonna meet someone who is vying for the title of Media Mogul, Tyrone Jackson, and when we return, we're gonna find out all about him. Don't go too far.
Yo, now check this out. If you're not getting the latest news direct from Hollywood for free at Hot in Hollywood TV, what are you waiting for? Now you can get access to our streaming service and watch 24/7 anywhere on any device. Direct from Hollywood at Hot in Hollywood TV. Plus, you can get our celebrity fan channels like the Beyonce channel, Ariana Grande, and The Rock. Now, if that's not enough, you get all of our original programs like After Midnight with Tyrone Jackson, Hot in Hip Hop and R&B, Hot in Hollywood, direct from the red carpet, Gossip Queens, The Chocolate Soul Workout, Chick Flicks, and more. It's all original shows from Hollywood you can't find anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? Start your free subscription to Hot in Hollywood TV right now.
Welcome back to Sista Speak, where we now have the Maverick host who is changing the game in Hollywood with us, Tyrone Jackson. Tyrone!
Yes.
Thank you so much for being
First
here.
of all, you are also stunning.
Thank you,
in
darling.
person. I just can't
Thank you.
believe it.
And look at you.
Well, listen, I'm doing all right. I said there's so much sugar here in the studio. I feel like a diabetic. So just congratulations on your show, and thank you for having me here. I do really appreciate it.
Yes, and congratulations on all of your success. I want to talk about how you got started and why you are here now today with us.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, where do you want to start when it comes to
Origin.
getting started? Origin.
Like, how did you get into Hollywood? How did you find your love in digital media?
Well, I'll say before Hollywood, I was raised by a single mother. And that is really hard because when you're raised by a single mother, your mother has to be mother and father, right? Now, I was fortunate enough to have a father who I would see on a regular basis, and I'm eternally grateful for that. And my father was articulate and smart and all of that, but my mother did most of the hard work in terms of setting the rules, and that's how I learned structure. I was like, oh, you can make up anything, because Mom probably made up what time we eat. When the street lights came on, I knew I had to be home. So there were all these rules. So I was like, oh, you get to make rules and you can plan your day. So there is structure. So when I learned that I was an entrepreneur, which was a fancy word that I really liked, but I never thought of, I thought, oh, so you can make a business that makes money, right? You just have to figure out what you want that business to be and what structure you will give it. So a lot of people start a business because they have a dream and it's something they believe. Yeah, I have dreams. I get that. How do I take those dreams, put them in some kind of structure, and monetize it? And then when you go to all those fancy business schools, they teach you courses on how to do that. But that's essentially what entrepreneurship is. I knew I was going to be in show business.
You knew it.
Oh, from an early age. There was just no
You ready
question.
to perform?
Yeah, well, I did perform at my house because we were very broke, but we would go to the Apollo Theater in New York every once in a while. I don't know how my parents got the money for tickets. And then we would see James Brown on stage.
No way.
And when James Brown, like everybody went crazy when he came out and he did a split and all that. I was like, wow.
Were you inspired?
Yes, I was like, that is amazing. I ultimately learned he was an entertainer, he was a businessman, and there was a structure to his show. So we're back to structure again.
Right.
I want to get back to the splits. For you as young, I gotta know, was
Yes.
little Tyrone hitting the splits after the show
I
at
was
home?
doing some version of the split. And when you see a 5-year-old just attempt to split and get back up, you go, that little boy's cute.
Yeah.
He didn't quite make it back up, but that little boy really has some talent down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the thing. So my mother used to put on old James Brown records, and I would just mouth the words, and people would come over from church and go, that boy's got talent. He can't sleep, he can't sing, but he's mouthing the words to the record, and that was free entertainment.
And then but I don't want you to say you didn't have talent, because
Okay.
you did go to an art school in New York City.
I was fortunate. So when we moved from the Bronx, we moved to a place called Staten Island, which at the time was mostly white. And my mother liked it because the schools were good. And it was clear that I had talent, but I needed training. Now, when you need training and you have no money, my mother goes, just go out and get some free classes. So when I found out there were free classes at the library, acting classes, where they taught you how to speak and build a character, and it was all free, some government program or something, I would go to those programs. So, because I just knew I was going to be in show business. And I told the story in another talk show recently. My mother, she goes, let me tell you how show business works. My mother,
Mama knew.
she always speaks with her hands,
I
right?
love
She was
it.
like, to be in show business, you have to fill out an application. I was like, oh, is it an application for show
Yeah.
business? She's like, yeah, now if they accept that application, you go to the next level. I was like, well, where's my, I don't know how to fill it out. You know where the form is?
Right.
And she found some showbiz camp where they train show business kids. She was like, this is your application
How old
for
were
show
you?
business. I think it was about 6.
Oh, wow.
And I was
Wow.
like, well, who do we get that to so that I could like officially be in show business?
Right.
She didn't have the money to pay for camp. And so 6 weeks later, I was like, where's my application for show business? When we gonna finish? She's like, well, we'll save that for later.
Yeah.
But right now, mama's got bills to pay.
Mama's got bills to pay.
So we had to eat. But ultimately, I found my way into a lot of free programs, teachers at school who say wonderful things. And I made it into the High School of Performing Arts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yes, where they made the movie Fame and the television series. And that really gave me the training that I wanted and needed. And a lot of my classmates, very famous today, very successful, but we were really taught whatever you want, you have to work hard.
Work hard.
Like, you must train hard, you must know what it is that you're doing. You're gonna fail most of the time, now go get them. And so many of my classmates have Grammys, they have Tony Awards, they produce TV shows out here in Hollywood. But I think we were just really trained to be really, really good. Because when you're really good, you can only be denied but so long. Yeah, so that was a powerful lesson.
Yeah. So 6-year-old Tyrone sees show business and then meets high school Tyrone, who, sees all these classmates and everybody striving for this bigger career. When did it click for you? When did it hit for you, this is exactly the path that I'm going to go down to transition into this kind of media empire to start building?
Well, I didn't know about the media empire. I know I wanted to be paid to perform. That was my big thing. And I don't think people who decide to be actors or singers decide, I want to do this for a living. They decide they want to do it, but they forget the being paid part.
Right.
I'm like, no, this is going to be like my profession. So what helped a lot was that PA, as we called it in our high school, people were already on TV. That cute little girl from social studies class was
Doing
eating
her
that
thing.
Kraft and macaroni cheese at night. And I'm like, she's on my TV, how do I get there?
Right.
So PA was a place where, Performing Arts High School, where you could ask someone, how do you get on TV? Oh, you need an agent. What does an agent do? Well, you need a headshot, resume, agent. If If you have an agent, they'll represent you in the marketplace and they'll get you to those auditions. I was like, I just need to get the agent. I knew I could do everything as long as you just showed me how. And in my senior year, and I'll say this was the other thing, because you're in high school with people who are on TV or soaps, or they're doing Broadway shows at night. You know your dream is not that far away.
Right.
Because you could look at them and have the proof, right? So it was my senior year in high school where I landed my first television commercial and my first itty bitty movie role. I was the boyfriend to someone you might know. Her name is Tashina Arnold.
Oh,
She went on to do.
Tashina Arnold.
I was her boyfriend in some small movie
No
for
way.
HBO. Yes, yes.
Martin.
To this day, so I was your first boyfriend before everything else happened.
Yeah.
Right. And people were watching me on TV in social studies class in my senior year. And they're trying to figure out, what is it about this guy that's so unique that puts him on TV? I got an agent, I went, and so it was great. So I felt a little inspirational to the people around me in this wonderful, talented environment. Now, in my neighborhood, there was a lot of jealousy. I lost a lot of friends. You guys know, you've been on TV.
Yes.
And when you grow
People
up
get
with...
weird.
Yeah.
People get
They're
weird.
like, oh, you think you something now. I'm like, I'm the same guy who couldn't catch the football last week. Stop. I'm just on television. I'm pursuing my dream. But if you grow up in certain people's neighborhoods,
They don't
want
ever-
to hear that you
No.
have a dream.
Right.
So they're like, the problem with you is
It's always a
your head
problem
is
with
just
you.
way too big. No, if I dreamed to be a plumber, I'd be a plumber. I just wanted to be a performer.
And how did this lead to the part of your entrepreneur life? I mean, it sounds like you've always been driven.
So when I started doing movies, because I was getting parts in movies, everybody else would be like, oh, what is this movie gonna do for me? And I was more like, who owns this? Like, who
you're
owns the
asking those
walkie-talkies, the lights? How does the producer take this movie and make it make money? Because my father was an entrepreneur. So I always wanted to know, like, the next level. Now, I loved performing, but taking it to the next level, it's like, show me how to do that. They're like, you ain't never gonna run no studio, boy.
Whoa.
Nobody's gonna give you that shot. I was like, I don't know. But I was always fascinated with who owns. So here's my favorite story on ownership. This is when I realized I was an entrepreneur. Because I would go to these conferences at hotels, and they would sell you like a business out of a box. And a friend of mine goes, he would go, I don't know if you remember this.
I do.
Does anybody remember 900 numbers?
Yes, of course. Yes.
So I went to a 900 number seminar
No,
in New
you
York.
didn't,
True
Tyrone.
story.
Okay, I didn't know they had those.
And they were like, hey, 900 numbers are sweeping the nation. Did you know you could own your own psychic line? You could own your own this. I was like, psychics, because I always liked psychics. So I knew how to write copy because I was doing commercials.
Right.
I bought a bunch of 900 numbers. And do you remember when Dionne Warwick had the Psychic Friends Network? Okay, I was like, I'm gonna have a psychic network. So what happened was you would buy the 900 number,
Yeah.
and then there was a service bureau that would actually handle the psychics and take half of whatever you charge for that phone call. So I knew how to write the copy, so I would go to newspapers. If it was a Chicago newspaper, I'd take out a little ad, Chicago's favorite psychics, call us now. Then I'd go to Atlanta, take out an ad, Chicago's blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
Atlanta's favorite psychics. And people would call, and I was getting these checks every month for the money that I was making off the psychic business. And I told a friend, like, you know, I own a couple of psychic lines right now.
Right.
They were like, you know, you're an entrepreneur. I was like, wait, what? He was like, you always want to own things that make money. I was like, I guess I am an entrepreneur. So I was making this money from the psychic business.
Wow.
And then I was like, I'd like to start another business because I always loved passive income.
Yes, absolutely.
So
That's
that
the way.
when that's in you, you feel that, right?
Yes.
People can't shut down your entrepreneurial drive. And sometimes you're doing things as an entrepreneur, you don't even know why.
Yeah.
So I was on the phone with a friend of mine today. He goes, aren't you overwhelmed with all the TV shows that you have to produce and the press? I know the next 3 things. Monday, I have 3 things on my agenda that must be done. I'm not looking at it
Right,
as
you just
all
keep it
the.
present. Yeah.
Tuesday, there's another 3 things that have to be done. Now, sometimes that means dealing with celebrities and publicists and all that.
Yeah.
But I just do 3 things a day that move me forward. And that is powerful because 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 accomplishments in a week. Who can touch you? So that's one of the keys to being an entrepreneur is that drive
Yes.
and that willingness to achieve goals and see things that other people don't see. I call it seeing the future.
Tyrone, we have just scratched the surface. We're going to find out much more. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Guys, don't go too far. This is Sista Speak. We'll be right back.
Yo, now check this out. If you're not getting the latest news direct from Hollywood for free at Hot in Hollywood TV, what are you waiting for? Now you can get access to our streaming service and watch 24/7 anywhere on any device. Direct from Hollywood at Hot in Hollywood TV. Plus, you can get our celebrity fan channels like the Beyonce channel, Ariana Grande, and The Rock. Now, if that's not enough, you get all of our original programs like After Midnight with Tyrone Jackson, Hot in Hip Hop and R&B, Hot in Hollywood, direct from the red carpet, Gossip Queens, The Chocolate Soul Workout, Chick Flicks, and more. It's all original shows from Hollywood you can't find anywhere else. So, what are you waiting for? Start your free subscription to Hot in Hollywood TV right now.
Welcome back to Sista Speak, where we still have the Maverick, the host, the amazing Tyrone Jackson with us. Tyrone, so much that we have covered, but still so much to get into.
Okay,
So
cool.
we want to get into it about Hot in Hollywood.
Yes, you
Nice
mentioned
project.
to us that you had this business with these 900 numbers.
Yeah.
Like, so creative you are.
Who knew?
See, Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
Miss
the
Cleo.
day. Yes.
Yes, so you did that in the past, but now you have a new business venture, and that's Hot in Hollywood. What can you tell us about that?
Hot in Hollywood TV is a new streaming service we just launched, and it's totally free. If
Totally free?
Yes, totally free. It's really not only for people in the United States, because we all know those cell phones are mini TVs, right? So you just go to the website, Hot in Hollywood TV, start your membership, and you can watch all of our shows that are targeted towards people who love urban entertainment. And I don't mean weaves being slapped out of the hair. There are other networks who do all that.
Yeah, that was one of my questions.
Yeah, no, we do things like gospel shows, celebrity interviews. I've had almost every major black comedian sit down with me in Hollywood, talk about their career from Tommy Davidson to Mark Curry and all of that. And then we have fitness shows. One of my favorite shows in Hot in Hollywood TV is Chocolate Soul. You know anything about that?
Yes.
You got to see that.
Body by V.
We have some Latin shows coming. So it's for people who really enjoy that. And, you know, rap music and the history of rap, people think they know it, not until they watch our show, right? History of rap and R&B.
Digging deep.
Yes, because they love it in Europe, you know. They love the rap.
really
in
do.
Europe.
Love
They
it
rap.
everywhere.
Correct. Now, here's what is where Hot in Hollywood is making its biggest impact. We are now, when we start a digital net like Hot in Hollywood TV, we go worldwide from day one, right? So we're in Australia, we're in India in front of 1.4 billion people. We're in all over African territories in Europe. So it's not launching a streaming service. We can now go around the world, and our partners are Samsung TV, Apple TV, and the list goes on. And getting those deals were hard to convince those companies that urban entertainment plays well and that there's a place for it. Then we had to go back to Paramount and Warner Brothers and go, hey, don't you want, you know, your streaming services or your tickets sold around the world? So you're marrying all these different groups here in Hollywood. They know they're supposed to be doing something when it relates to technology, but I have to go into those meetings and go, this is what you should be doing.
Right.
Right? And most of the people are older, so they don't understand. So we have to explain how the platform works. But when you show them that you are filling a void in the marketplace that makes money for them, they understand that. So there's business speak and there's entertainment speak. So when I'm speaking to entertainment executives saying, hey, you should be one of our partners, I have to talk to them in those terms.
As an entrepreneur, how do you handle no? There's a lot of closed doors, but how do you stay motivated?
There's no such thing as no.
I love that.
No, I'm just looking for the yeses. The yeses are going to be smaller than the nos. So I know that the no's, I'm going to hit that more often. But I'm really good at talking to them.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I had I won't say the name of the company. Everybody does their meetings online. We did a 90-minute discussion on digital media and African-American media. We hung up the phone. The guy, because I was introduced to a publicist, he goes, where did you find that guy? And he was just like, we want to deal with him, but they wanted it linked to a particular celebrity. I was like, that celebrity's not an entrepreneur. I can get you 90 other celebrities through our network. That deal did not work out, but 6 other deals did.
Right.
So the no's don't mean anything to me. That means they don't see my vision. They don't see the future. They don't see the financial benefits. They're entitled to agree. I'm just looking for the yeses.
Looking for the yeses.
Right? So no's are part of any venture that you believe in, who cares about that? Most people are going to tell you, a 3-year-old can tell you no. How much skill does that take? I have to take a lot of intellectual skills to go, no, I totally disagree. Cool. It's the yeses that really matter in anything that you do, entertainment, for sure.
And you touched a bit on some of the programming in Hollywood, but tell us a little bit about the creative side, coming up with these programmings. And I know you probably looked at, you know, everything that's going on in the landscape, but coming up with these shows, the audience, how does that all work for you, and what's the motivation behind some of that?
There's a wonderful saying that says, everything old is new again, right? So don't reinvent the wheel. Gospel shows have always done well on what we call syndicated TVs. Fitness shows have done well in local markets for years and around the world. So I'm just putting our spin on all of that. Rap dance shows have already done. We do a show where we review old movies from the 70s, like Bruce Lee and Enter the Dragon and Cleopatra Jones. There's a market for all of that. So I would love to sit before you and go, I'm a unique kind of genius. No, I'm not.
I love that. You're keeping it real with that.
I am a student of history
Yeah.
and the type of television programming that historically has done well in the US and in markets overseas, and that's my take on it. So I'm really happy to have produced and created 25 shows. We're on our way to 50 original shows. And they're already proven, if you really think about it. We've just never had the opportunity to take that programming to Australia in 7 minutes. We upload a new episode, it goes worldwide immediately.
Nice.
So we're in a global marketplace now, and when it comes to television programming and entertainment, we can distribute that ourselves and partner with Paramount and all the big names. But the most important thing is, like, we own those shows, right? So that's the best part about it.
And what does it mean to you to create a platform for people of color so they can be seen and feel motivated and heard? What does that mean to
When
you?
I first started out, it was just like, I'm gonna change so many lives. This is crazy.
Yeah.
When you have all these writers answering to you and you've got to get the directors and all that, it's not about all that. It's about an efficient system that gets the work done and the storytelling is good. So I forget about the impact of the program. The public will tell us a year down the line if we did a good job. But right now, the vision that I see the public liking it, bringing that to life is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. But you just get up, and I have 3 things to do tomorrow for that network, and that's the mission.
Keep it simple.
And then you let the public decide if they like that rap show, that fitness show, that gospel show. And I believe that they will say, yes, Tyrone, we really like it. Yeah.
And I'm sure they're really gonna like. You said you're at 25 shows now. Could you
We have
tell
25 shows. We've got another 25 shows, and here's how we do it. We produce 4 to 6 episodes of each show. And then we let the public, we watch the numbers of the shows that they binge on. That's how we know how to make more shows. So we don't, in Hollywood, you used to make 13 episodes and then you'd wait.
Then you wait.
No, you make 6, you watch the numbers, and the public will tell you what additional episodes to actually. So whatever your budget is, you're not extending that budget. You just do your 6, you move on to the next show, so on and so forth. Yeah. So that's how we know what to produce and what people are watching. And sometimes we just go, this is a great show, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they go, no, we don't. Or they go, he's right.
He's right.
Yeah, there we go.
And how do you stay relevant in an industry that's constantly changing?
Well,
Keep it fresh.
you have to watch what's going on in the marketplace, right? People on streaming services don't want shows that are recycled. They want to see original, fresh shows they haven't seen before. I have this belief, and I don't know if a lot of people join me in this, everybody has 1 million followers, right? No matter what you do. You have 1 million followers, you have 1 million, you have 1 million, right? The problem is those 1 million people don't know about you, right? So if they don't know about you, they're not gonna watch your content. So once you've created those shows, you also simultaneously have to create a promotional vehicle that allows your costs to drop and also goes global. So if you understand what people are watching right now, which is all original, you were talking about at the top of the show, Bridgerton. One of the reasons, Shonda Rhimes has this formula. When I come back, I'd love to talk to you about formulas in TV. I call the formula Kool and the Gang. Do you remember the group Kool and the Gang? Okay. If your show is big enough and you have a white character, a Latin character, and an Asian character, you're gonna capture that demographic.
Right.
Because everybody in the gang is cool and relevant to the TV audience, right? So people go, and she's a terrific writer. But if you think about her shows that have done exceptionally well, it's all Cool in the Gang. Grey's Anatomy, I don't care who you are, there's somebody who looks like you in that cast.
Yeah.
Well, when you're writing and crafting those shows, episode 12, that Asian character just lost her baby, right? For example. So even if you're not Asian, you identify with her.
The loss.
But she has to go home and explain to her family that she's out of wedlock. And where they come from in Asia, that's not customary. So you can hook the audience, this Cool in the Gang, because everybody in that cast looks like someone, deal with the cultural issue, and people go, this show's really good. Why? I don't know, I just like it. This Is Us, remember that show?
Yes.
Yeah. Wasn't that Cool in the Gang?
Yeah.
Everybody
That was
in the
definitely
family
Cool
was
in the
someone
Gang,
you
yeah.
could relate to. Therefore, you just need a good writing to take you on a good journey. So when I start to study formulas like that, I know how to produce shows that viscerally connect to an audience, and they're all original and they've never been seen before. So studying the television marketplace, the history of syndication, how shows were distributed around the world, that's all part of my job as an entrepreneur. Not just to ride into town on a horse and go. I'm a great producer. And one final thing, for those of you who really want to be successful in Hollywood, stop making movies, learn how to promote other people's shows. Because they will invite you to the party if you promote what they have and layer that with your original shows. I shouldn't be telling you this. This is all in my books and tapes. You get it after the show. I'll tell you where to go online.
Tell us where to go.
How to be a media mogul.
Yes.
But the whole idea is, one of the reasons that we go to all these premieres at Paramount is because I have a partnership where I promote what they have, right? And then I put a brand in front of that promotion. So for example, people told me I never get a deal with the Academy Awards. Well, we did. So we're able to broadcast the Academy Awards, not their footage, but our footage behind the scene. And then we just married that with 6 brands and go, you'll never get that exposure if you contact the Academy Awards, but we'll give you that worldwide exposure. We'll charge you for it, but we'll give you that worldwide exposure. So one of the ways to earn millions and millions of dollars, they say, is to put yourself in the middle of a transaction.
Right.
You don't have to invent everything. So when we convinced Hollywood we're the next big thing on promotion, it cost them nothing to promote, and then we charge the brand, where else are you going to get this kind of exposure?
Right.
Thank you very much. You've been a great audience. My name is Tyrone. But success has formulas, right?
Right.
You want to be a millionaire, multi-millionaire, there's a formula to that. You want to be a billionaire, there actually is a formula to that.
Not a lot of people think about that.
But that really is the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm just bringing my skills to Hollywood. And when I share this with Tyler Perry, boy, is he going to make a lot of money. I'm telling you, it's going to take off for him.
Well, Tyrone, thank you so much for being here and
you.
sharing all your wisdom and knowledge. You have been amazing.
Appreciate
Let everybody know where they can find you.
It is hotinhollywoodtv.com, hotinhollywoodtv.com. It is so beautifully priced, it's free. So they're telling me to say this at Hot in Hollywood TV. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back.
Perfect.
How could you?
I love that.
Come on, it's for the people.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, thank you for having me here. I
Thank you.
appreciate
We will
it.
definitely have you back.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, this is Sista Speak. Don't forget, check out Hot in Hollywood TV and see Tyrone Jackson. Until next time, this is Sista Speak.
What do celebrities like Beyonce know about fitness and working out that you don't? How to use body sculpting for fast results. Body sculpting allows you to target different muscle groups each day for 30 minutes or less, so you get the look you want fast. Visit bodylikeb.com to learn how you can tone up and show out within the next 30 days. Use coupon code BB25 for the first 90 days and learn how you can get 50% off this dynamic program. The world's most glamorous celebrities know how to use body sculpting to stand out on the red carpet and mesmerize their fans. Now it's your turn. Don't wait. Now is the time for you to learn how to use body sculpting to get the amazing body you deserve. Say goodbye to those complicated and time-consuming workout programs that make your life miserable. Click on the link below to get started with the Body Like Bee program right now.
Oh, I love Beyonce.
She's fabulous and I love her so much.
She is fierce, she is confident, and she's an inspiration.
I love her work ethic. I mean, I think she works really hard. I mean, she's beautiful and she's super talented. I mean, like uber talented.
I think she represents female empowerment. She really shows us that there is no limit to what you can do. If you put your mind to it and you have a strong enough work ethic, there's nothing stopping you but yourself.
Beyonce is an inspiration because she's always empowering women just by the person that she is, the aura that she presents herself with as well.
You can tell all of her work comes from like a place of deep care.
And I mean, just look at her. She's beautiful. She takes care of herself and her body.
I just love her presence. I mean, I think she looks bold. I think she's fierce. She's fabulous. She's commanding attention.
She's not corseted, and she has like a teeny little waist, but she also has really been working on like the strength of her legs. You can see that how like just like the top of her hips kind of like come out.
She must take her fitness regimen very seriously because she's thin. But she still has her, physique about her. I mean, she's cut. She is just fabulous. I mean, she looks great. That bustier is fierce. It's just fierce. That's the best word I can say. Fierce.
She's just got like this like hourglass physique, but you know that it's not artificial. You know, she worked every day for that. She danced her, well, she didn't dance her butt off. She danced it all the way on.
So what's the reason Beyonce sparkles when she hits the stage? Because she's trained herself for excellence, musically and physically. Now, with the Body Like B program, you can sculpt your body the same way as Lady B does. Inside the Body Like B program, we have 4 amazing workouts with celebrity trainer Venus Moore. The 4 workouts are glutes, thighs, core, and upper body. Everything you need to be like B. Now, you can use these exclusive Hollywood workouts and get amazing results in 30 days or less. All you have to do is sign up for this amazing program right now. Unlike other complicated workout programs, all you need to complete this workout plan is some space, a mat, dumbbells, and a desire to look great when you walk in a room. Here's a secret you may not know. Part of weight loss is nutrition and diet, cutting carbs and processed sugars. That's why we've included our complete nutritional guide absolutely free. Plus, we've included additional content we know you're gonna love. We've assembled our special team of Hollywood experts to teach you about nutrition and how to eat, how to do your makeup, style your hair, and how to dress like a Hollywood star. Now is the time to look and feel your best, just like Lady B herself. Don't wait. Get started right now.